jamais toutes ces nuits passées à refaire le monde, à rêver de nos vies, pleurer, crier et se soutenir, rigoler, blaguer, ne rien prendre au sérieux. Rien ne changera nos erreurs du passé. Le sexe, les faux amis quand j'ai pas écouté. Jamais je ne me suis senti jugé. Tu gardes jamais la clé de mes secrets. Le temps passe vite, sépare les gens, et malgré les épreuves, nos chemins ne font qu'un. Car tu es ma meilleure amie. Car tu es ma meilleure amie. Les conversations depuis le bout du monde, coupées par le loba du téléphone, les SMS, les copies d'écran, les photos, les potins, les ragots nus, les méchants. Nous ne laisserons pas nos souvenirs, on les gardera à jamais dans nos cœurs. Jamais je ne pourrai te rendre
What it do? What's up? Welcome. Hello. How are you? Welcome to Club Shada episode number 100 and I put these glasses forever. Club Shada episode 141. I hope everybody is fine. I hope everybody is in good spirit. How are you? How are you guys? How you doing? What's good? What's going on? How was the beginning of your week? We follow each other and they look the same. That's strange. It's like it feels like we are in a loop, and by the end of the week you don't even remember what you did, and it looks like the week before. You watch 1,000 shows on Netflix, 1,000 videos on YouTube, 1,000 photos on Instagram, and you yourself post your shares of 20 photos, 4 or 5 videos on YouTube, a song on Spotify, and then you back at it. It's I think life after the pandemic will be back to what it was maybe in 2024, but not like everybody was promising themselves. It's very strange. In these glasses I see everything yellow. Not used to it, but yeah, they're fine. They're nice. I don't find my blue glasses, so I had to go in my collection and see what I have. I actually really need to go and get myself a collection of new glasses, or maybe find a partner, a sponsor that would feed me with a few pairs in exchange of 1 month of promotion, something like that. I have to think about that. Milliardaire Sin 7, what it do? Future CEO MJ, what up, brother? How are you? CV Beats, what's good? Hey, Queen Jujuzan, what's going on? What up, Sips? How are you? Distant Shadow, what's good? Mountain of Inspiration, the new king of the live stream, what's good? What up, Red SNK? Or Red SN, yeah, SNK. Hello. Got a lot of them. Listen, I have a lot of them, but there's a lot of them that I don't want to wear anymore. Like I just got tired of them, or my head shapes change, or my taste change. So I have a lot of shades that, yeah, I don't know. So I really need new pairs. I need to talk to a company. Anybody that has a eyewear company and tell them, hey, listen, you see when I say this show brought to you by shadawear.com, this could be you. And boom, whatever Opticas or whatever their name is, that could be nice. That could be a nice sponsor. But this show, in the meantime, is brought to you by Shadawear and the Gods of Good Fortune. And today I'm wearing another, did I wear it? Not so long ago, the Africa Future Culture. I don't know if it's the one that I wore the other time or if it's the same. I just love those. I think this one is one of my favorites. I wear it all the time actually at home. Like as soon as I wear it, Next day it goes to the washing machine, then it's ready. It's ready for next time I want to wear it. So yeah, more and more actually I'm replacing everything I have in my wardrobe with only Shada wear t-shirts, so that at a point I only wear my stuff. So I have to create more stuff actually. I plan to create a new Africa Future Culture, but I have to, I like my mind is compartmented in the things that I do, and I don't like to start doing 1,000 things at the same time. So when as I'm finishing my album and painting, those are the two main things. I went back to record. What is wrong with this thing here? Wait a minute. Are you filming the back of the screen? Somebody. Oops. Give me a second. This thing should be. Yeah, now we're talking. Wait. Right. Now we're talking. Damn it. Yeah. I was saying. Yeah, so I wanna finish working on my music, finish this album. I just finished 2 more songs, and I have to mix another 2, and then maybe record 1 or 2. I might not even record new songs, but I have to finish mixing the last 2, and then or maybe the last 3, and then I'm done. Then I'm taking care of the photos, and then I'm deciding what goes in the album, what doesn't. So then once the album is out of the way, I can clear my mind on thinking of new collections for Shada wear, talking with sponsors, etc., etc. So I also have some very interesting development in the crypto space that I cannot talk yet, but yeah, I might have some great news soon. So once the album is out of the way, I can start putting my head into the next album, which is probably a year and a half from now. I will see, depending on this. I put out music so fast that I can have another album in a year. I was asking myself if I would do I would still go 50 songs, or maybe if I would reduce to 40 and only use new songs, and then maybe add like 15 of the pre-release tracks, or if I just stay at 50. I'll decide when I'm done with all the recordings, but I'm happy with the last 2 I recorded. They sound really nice. I got 2 tracks just done with 2 amazing recording artists from Kinshasa, Congo, and I got Jassy recording 1 track now. I don't know if it will go in the album or if it will go in the next album, and it will just release as a single now. So it's great because I'm back on working track. It's great. It's great. I'm happy. Where was I? Before I keep up. J'avais pas vu que la caméra, quelqu'un l'avait bougé surtout. Je crois que la femme de ménage là a dû la faire bouger pendant qu'elle nettoyait. Je crois que je suis dans le bon angle là. Je suis même pas sûr. Parce qu'avant elle était beaucoup plus loin. Club Shada, elle était loin la caméra. Là. Yeah, we back. Yeah, listen. I saw the trailer. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm... those movies? Number 1 is amazing. Number 2 is amazing. Number 3 is like, what's going on here? And number 4, you like... So, I don't know. And the Wachowski bros I think it's just Lana doing this one, right? But I saw a few of their movies after. They kind of go around the same theme of, but I don't know. After the Matrix, I don't know if, I mean, I enjoyed all the movies, but it seems to me like there was one in the cloud and the other one too. It's kind of always the same story, more or less, about humans being recycled and used as etc. So I mean, at a point, we get it. What you're trying to tell us. So we'll see how but that's fun. When we talk about the Matrix, that's how I feel about those last few weeks. Every week kind of felt the same for me for the last 6 weeks. So maybe, you know, when you cope with the loss of friends, families, you kind of put yourself in this loop where you try to do stuff that is kind of the same thing to feel safe, I guess. And then when you emerge back from that, all of a sudden you go back to, okay, let's work. And that was me 2 days ago. 2 days ago I was like, okay, hey, time to finish this album, time to record, time to go back to walking 50 kilometers a day, a month, sorry. Time to go into the gym 2 or 3 times a week. Time to wake up at 9 a.m. or 7, and as soon as I wake up, go do my gym. Like going back to a normal routine that I completely lost during the pandemic and during after being sick and with everything that happened. So yeah, it's funny. It's interesting. It's all about control. I'm glad to know that. Master Electronic, what up, brother? How are you? You know what? I was thinking about it this morning. This morning I was like, yo, I need to be on the forefront of cryptocurrency for Congo. But then I was thinking of all the hooplas you have to do to make things happen out there. So yeah, listen. Yeah, a coin. That's a good idea. What's good, these boys? Oh, you like that angle? Is that the same one? My daughter brought that flower. She was playing with it. I was like, hey, that would be nice here. Look at it. Cute. Maybe I should put it a little more in the frame. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. That's crazy, huh? This is becoming a Canadian show. Maybe because of the hours, I guess. You know. There's no shortage of remarkable ideas. What's missing is the will to execute them. Exactly. That's the thing about the will. Sometimes you don't have the will. But we're going to talk about it. Listen, yeah, I think this is on the way. But you know, I would not call it a culture of nostalgia. I would say it's a culture of laziness. We did everything. we don't have new ideas. So let's take all the superheroes and you know, for everybody that is 60 years old already, or 40 years old, 50 years old, of seen those movies already, you can complain as much as you want, but we are doing movies now for the new 15, 16, for everybody that is 15 to 25 right now. And let's take all the same heroes and the same stories, and we just redo them with last time my wife was watching with her sister, I think it was Cinderella on Amazon, and it was the same story, but everybody was singing, and it was like full of singers, Camila Cabello, black people, minorities, groups, different, like it's like, let's do the same stories, but yeah, let's change the hero from a white man to a black girl, and let's add a few lesbians here, a few gays here, a few this, one trans, one this, or like, and I understand that it's amazing to include people in all these stories, but people are lazy. Like, do something new. Like, that's what I love about Black Panther. Black Panther was a Marvel hero that they never used in a movie. So when they brought that new movie, and they brought everything with it, they created something, and nobody was complaining about, oh, why didn't you use a Chinese person to do Ghost in the Shell? Why didn't you use why would you want to do a James Bond being a black guy? Like, they did something completely new, and it made sense. And I think that there's more politics involved in entertainment, and less creation, and less being inventive and writing good stories. It's more, yeah, let's make people happy. Let's put a woman black, and she's the hero, and she's like if it didn't exist before, like if Alien didn't exist, like if Terminator was the mom of, like if Sarah Connor was not a badass before. And it's more like, oh, let's satisfy the Chinese, let's satisfy these people, let's satisfy the people who will pay to see those movies. But the stories, either it's the same stories over and over again, or either it's bad stories and just politics. And I mean, I'm longing for something great. Like, that's why I watch a lot of Korean series, because since I know nobody in there, they do some nice stuff. They do some nice stories. They do some their gangster movies are amazing. Their fun movies are amazing. You see what I mean? Like, I tend to be a little tired of obvious winks at different groups. Like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, but what does it have to do with the story? Like, and this is the problem of the world today. People want to force you stuff all the time. Everybody wants to force you something. And back in the days, you would be like, yeah, cool, let's include stuff. But the story, yeah, but we need to put, yeah, but it doesn't have nothing to do with the story. Yeah, but no, I mean, it's like, and yeah. So I don't know if we can say nostalgia culture. I would say laziness. But hey, where do I get all my energy? I don't even know. I guess it's not really a question of energy. It's a question of knowing how to reinvent yourself, and knowing how, when it's time to change, when it's time to do something else, when it's time to try something else. So I just finished the painting now. I mean, I'm not done, but that's my new one. Oof. I don't know if you will see anything, but you'll see nothing. Wait. It's a Corcovado, but I mean, once it's done, I'll show it better. But it's this thing where is it? Oh, yeah. It's this thing where if I'm not, and I've never been scared of trying new stuff and reinventing myself and going from making beats to rapping to singing to producing to mixing to whatever I feel like doing, or even having a show. And I know when it's time to make some space, a mental space, to leave something behind and add something in the place of that. So a lot of people are asking me, when am I going to do shows, for example? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing something else right now. Whenever there's a good opportunity and people are ready to pay a good amount, I'll leave what I do to go do that. But that's not my priority anymore. I think the problem of most people in the world is that they don't know how to let go something. So if they see themselves as a rapper or a singer or an entertainer or whatever, they are not able to see themselves as a shop owner or somebody who works at a restaurant or build a hotel or whatever. Like, it feels like people have one dream and that's it, and they work hard to try to reach the dream, and maybe because they never reach it, they don't have they never ask themselves what else could they do, or if when they do something else, maybe they're frustrated. I work hard, but I'm lucky and blessed enough, I would say, rather than lucky, because it's more a question of working. I'm blessed enough that I have achieved most of my goals that I fixed myself when I was in my 20s. I wanted to make beats, I made beats. I wanted to rap, I rapped until I was done rapping. I wanted to sing, I sang. I wanted to have an album. I had 9. I wanted to have a label and produce other people, help other people reach their potential. Did it. So the dreams are all fulfilled. So then you were in a different position. You were not in a position of, oh, what could I do? You're in a position of, yeah, it's done. Since it's done, I could continue doing it, like keep making songs, keep making stuff, but you can also say, okay, this is done. What else could I enjoy, or what did not exist? To give you an example, being an Instagram model, making photos and being paid to do photos, and receiving clothing to post photos for your followers and being paid for that. This is a job that didn't exist 5 years ago, 7 years ago. It didn't exist. Those are new things that exploded with the internet. Being a streamer didn't exist. Being a gamer, like playing video games and making millions for that, it didn't exist. Like having a box where people can, in the chat here on your phone, you can just go click a button and send $10 to the creators that you like. This didn't exist a few years ago. So with all that the technology is creating, and NFTs, all this, there's so many new things that people can do. And guys like me, who achieve what they set their eyes to. I get new dreams all the time. I get stuff that I want to do all the time. I want to do movies. I wanted to act in movie, but maybe I would just do the score of a movie. Maybe I would just write the story, or maybe produce or executive produce them. All these things are so many things that you can do in a life, and some people, they just want to do that one thing. And yeah, I had a great conversation, and we're gonna talk about it, but I guess that's where I get my energy, inspiration, you know. Scream 4. Me, I don't like horror movies. Not at all. There's a lot of recycling stuff. Oh, you liked it? Listen, I didn't watch it. I was exactly here, working on mixing my music, and my wife and her sister were there watching TV, and I was hearing them sing and I was like, oh my god. But hey, maybe it was fine. I don't know. I didn't really watch it. Dalia, how are you? Hello, notre stream royalty Sirène des Îles, comment ça va? I think they go overboard trying to include people from every demographic in the same movie. It comes as a hypocritically correct. Nothing to add. That's exactly this. Sometimes I'm like, yo, oh, let's put this here. Oh, we need an Indian person. We need and you're like, okay. The thing is, I love the inclusion. I love to see people from all colors in a movie. But when it's done just to fill a case and put a check mark, I'm like sometimes it's not even that it makes sense or not. Sometimes I don't care. There's a lot of times that I'm like, really? Like, did we need that one? Like, and yeah, it's the problem of all these people. Like, Hollywood is really like bathing in this thing where a lot of people believe, rightfully, that art is a great place to change mentalities, but instead of using it in a very subtle way, they just go overboard. They just like abuse it, and yeah, sometimes it makes no sense. But hey, what are we gonna do? Before I continue reading my comments, because I know you people. We're gonna talk forever, and then I'm not gonna even go to my next screen and thank all the new subscribers. 2,000 subscribers this month, including Patience, Kedal, Chris, Wilbert, ça sonne bizarre. Wilbert, c'est écrit. Lucao. Oh, I'm not reading this. Oh, music Sulja. Oh, no, that was easy, finally. So Def 103. Daini Musa, etc. Welcome to the Shada gang. Make yourself at home and remove your shoes when you get at the door. As always, if there's a song you like in the back, it's here. And thank you so much for all the sponsors, and welcome to our stream royalty. think this is the first female stream royalty too. Sirène des Îles with $86. Thank you so much for your contribution and for sponsoring this show, our stream royalty and everybody else. I will never thank you enough for making this next dream the beginning of a reality. Trisha, how are you? How was the beginning of your week? Hey, Mickey. I was thinking the same thing. Vraiment. Yeah, it's a Canadian show, I guess. What am I gonna do? I think the classic shouldn't be changed too much. I believe it depends from a movie to another. But there's some, like, which movie did I saw? Like, I just saw, we went to the movies to see Shang-Li. That was nice. That was a nice Marvel movie. And you see, there was not too much added people just for the sake of adding them. Of course, in New York, it's a cosmopolitan city. So even if you lived in Chinatown, there was still some Indian friends, some this and that, but it didn't feel strange. And then everything that happened in Asia was full of Asians. And nobody asked them, oh, why there's not a black guy here? Like, it would, the thing is this for me. If it's not a question that I ask myself, don't answer it. And that's where those people sometimes they mess up in their quest for inclusivity, is that they want to answer questions that we didn't ask sometimes, and they want to give us something that we didn't think about at the time being in that movie. So sometimes there's a scene and you're gonna have like 5 women, like in the Mandalorian. There's a point where there's all the women fighting together, and because it's in the middle of the story, you don't realize it. Only maybe if you watch a second time, or when you see commentary, you're like, oh my god, there's Ming Li plus this one plus that one, and they all together fighting. That scene was badass, but it is subtle. You were so caught up in the action that you don't really care about that moment. But for example, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sirène des Îles. Merci pour tout ce que tu fais pour nous. I'm not doing anything. Je ne fais que venir et parler. But merci. Now, if you want to become the new stream royalty, you're gonna need $105. Just to let you know, if you want to compete. But hey, listen, you can give $1. If everybody right now gives $1, it works as well. Where was I? So in that scene, there's a scene in the last season, or maybe the last episode, or maybe I think it's the last episode of Mandalorian, or maybe the episode before. No, I think it's the last episode. Yeah, there's this moment where all the women are badass, all together fighting, and I didn't really think about it because it's seamlessly into the movie. And this is, you put a message. Maybe you wanted to put the message, maybe not. And if I want to see it, I see it. If I don't care, I don't see it. And that's beautiful. But in the Endgame, in Avengers Endgame, the fight is going on, and at the point, you got all the women fighting, and then you see them in slow motion all together, and then the music changes, and then you're like, and really, I remember in the movie theater, everybody was like, really? Like, like, that's where there's the abuse. To me, every message go better when they are flowing into the story and stuff. A lot of people, they go from the checklist first and then they write the story around it, and this never works to me. And somebody has to be able to tell them too much, or this person has nothing to do with the story, so let's remove that person for that scene or for that moment, or maybe add them somewhere else or whatever, or we don't really need that person to be here in that movie, let's just remove that character altogether. Yeah, but what about inclusive? Shut up. Like, you don't have to go from one extreme, which is every movie is only like white male and females and that's it, and there's only one black guy and he's a gangster and he dies early, to want to put everybody all the time like you want to. Come on, like, have a little bit of, find the middle ground. I mean, that's all I think. I love watching The American Dream. It's a Michael Jackson movie. Never heard about this one. Yes. That will be the title of this. When I cut this video and I use that moment, I will call it this. Inclusion shouldn't become stereotypical. Yes. Vraiment, quand le Congolais fait des compliments... Mais je pense que le fait que le cinéma a pendant longtemps invisibilisé... Ça existe ce mot? Invisibiliser les minorités aujourd'hui. Ils mettent en avant des gens autrefois trop marginalisés. Je trouve ça plutôt cohérent. Je suis d'accord avec toi, mais... ils abusent en fait. C'est-à-dire, même si avant les minorités étaient marginalisées, les histoires avaient un sens. Aujourd'hui, on préfère mettre en avant les minorités en oubliant d'écrire des bonnes histoires. Donc moi, en fait, personnellement, si je dois regarder un film et que c'est un défilé de minorités, mais que l'histoire elle est pourrie, bah c'est un film pourri. Je vais pas me dire c'était trop bien. Il y avait des Indiens, il y avait des machins, et regarde. Quand je regarde un film, je suis pas venu pour voir un défilé en fait. Je suis venu voir un film d'abord. Donc moi ce que je leur reproche, c'est pas l'inclusion. Ce que je leur reproche, c'est de plus savoir faire des bonnes histoires et de préférer mettre des effets dans tous les sens et inclure des minorités pour inclure des minorités. Donc, écoute, quand je vais voir un film indien qui se passe à Bombay, je me pose pas toutes ces questions. Je viens regarder les actions, je viens regarder comment ils abusent dans les actions, etc., etc. Et finalement, quand je regarde un film de Bollywood, je réfléchis pas réellement. Tiens, il n'y a pas de noir. Tiens, il n'y a pas de machin. Je m'en fous. Just watching my movie. Donc, c'est tu vois, c'est-à-dire on est passé de ça à ça. Et moi, j'aimerais qu'on soit passé de ça à... Ça aurait été mieux. That's just my opinion. Kaysha, how many subs and viewers do you have from the US? Any idea? I don't know if I have access to that information, but if I go to my analytics and I go to, wait a minute, let me see. If I look at my audience, top geographies, there you go. I don't know if I can view the subs, but in terms of geography, so I got like 348 people in France, 80,000 in Portugal, and the third largest is 47,000 subscribers. No, that's views. Sorry, that's views from the US. Oh, so that's not subscribers. Sorry, that's the views that's the monthly views. So in almost 1 million views in a month, I have 346,000 coming from France, 80,000 coming from Portugal, 50,000 coming from the US, 32 coming from Mozambique. Wow, it's a lot. La Réunion, 25,000. Kinshasa, 23,000. 23 from Brazil, 22 from the UK. Guadeloupe, 21,000. Angola, 20,000. South Africa, 16,000. Belgium. Okay. So that's views. Subs. Let me see. Viewer gender. So 53% female, 46% male. Age 25 to 34 is the most. But subscription status maybe? No. And most of my views are from non-subscribed people. that's the worst part of YouTube. Like, most people watching are people who are not subscribed to the channel. Maybe they type Kizomba or Zook, or they type Kaysha, and they see who they just watch a video and then they continue their life. Interestingly, it's the device type. You see, 75% of the views are from a mobile phone, and only 11% from a TV, or 10% from a computer. It's something as I tell people all the time. Oh, I want to do the 4K, whatever. I say people are watching on their phones. Sit down. Yeah, so I don't have information about subscribers and where they come from. Maybe no. Subscription status, no. Geography, yeah, that's we saw. That is what we saw, but yeah, it doesn't tell you where the subscribers are from. It just tells you who they are. And I don't think, yeah, top city, subscribers, etc. Yeah, but maybe you have that information somewhere, but as of right now, I don't see. But I'll try to see if I can have this information. I'll ask YouTube directly. It's simpler to look for it myself. But I hope I answered your question. Where were we? Indeed. You need to be super confident in who you are and what you're exploring doing, because a lot of people might not understand you and judge you, and you have to stick to your vision. And that's very interesting. You know what is super interesting, Mickey, in what you say, is that people will judge you for your choices as if they have a say, or if they could change anything, or if they pay you. My parents can judge my choices because they are my parents, and they paid for my studies. They raised me to be who I am. So if I go in a way that they don't understand, they might come and have an opinion, or maybe express a negative opinion. But I find it amazing when I have people who will judge you or laugh at you because they don't see you on Trace TV, or you don't have a new hit. And you're like, who told you I'm trying to have one? And that's what is interesting, and that is what creates an anxiety for a lot of creators who are kind of scared to receive those comments. And maybe they're tired of singing, but then they keep singing because they want people to continue believing that they are famous or whatever. And sometimes I have people sending me comments, and I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, how you have all these subscribers and your videos have only 1,000 views? And I'm like, well, actually, most of my views come from music. Most of my views come from the music videos that have been on this channel forever. That's the millions of views. Club Shada, all these things, this is something that I'm building, and it's growing at its pace. And who cares if it makes 100 views, 50 views, 1,000 views, 10,000 views? Like, who are these people commenting like if they had channels themselves or if they were famous? Like, and it's something that a lot of people, they don't have the ability or the mental capacity to understand that those comments are stupid comments. Because it's like if I celebrate the fact that I'm almost reaching 1 million views, right? On a million streams, on Spotify. I'm almost there. I'm about to reach 900,000 streams, which is amazing for me as a creator in my career, and the revenue it brings to me and what I can do with that revenue, where I can reinvest it. And some people come out from nowhere and say, Drake makes 1 million stream in 10 minutes. And I will be like, yeah, great for him. What does this have to do with me? Like, and we are not even in the same planet. He's out there in the stratosphere. But the real question here is, you who's doing the comment, what do? You commenting about somebody and another person. You might not even make the money that I make, and you are comparing my money with Drake's money. How old are you? Like, and as creators, we always have to face those type of idiots that come and they try to make you lose your confidence, and they try to make you lose your purpose, because they want to keep you in the box of where they see you. Yeah, you are a content creator. You make YouTube videos, and if they don't see 10,000 views, they start doing stupid comments. When you don't know exactly what is my business, you don't know how much my YouTube channel generates. Sometimes I feel like replying. I'm like, bro, listen. You wish you received the money that I received from YouTube in the last 15 years. You wish. And then I'm like, I don't have time for that. I'm ignoring. And sometimes people come to me, or even artists, sometimes other artists, they're like, yeah, you should da. And I'm like, guys, you wish you made the money I make from YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, even songs that you see and you don't even realize that I wrote them. You wish. Because at this time, I'm not interested in the opinions of people who are commenting, who don't make 1% of the money I make. And they just here giving opinions. Give opinions that are interesting. But a lot of people, they get caught up in trying to reply to those people, trying to prove something to those people. And that's how you lose confidence in yourself, and you start to leave the path of your vision to go to the path of answering people, proving people something, and then you want to prove that. And sadly, a lot of people are lost in that, and it comes to values. The values that your parents or the people who taught you or life, those values, if you don't have them, you tend to let yourself be taken in every direction. And I've realized that a lot of people, you know, a lot of people, they didn't have the the proper education and the proper heroes, so that when they arrive in fame, when they make a hit, or when something happens, they sell a lot of paintings, etc., instead of continuing the path of their vision, they start losing track of where they were going. And it's always a question of values. Always. I was having conversations with, and we were talking about all the artists of my generation in the Zouk and Kizomba circle, and how, other than me and a few others, most of them are kind of lost in this space. And it all comes to the fact that those people were not raised in an environment where they have a stable family, a stable role models, etc. Or even if they go out of their family, they don't have mentors, people that show them the way. I'm very fortunate that one of the backbone of my life is my parents, and the fact that my parents have been together all their lives. My mom is with my dad since she's 18. She got married at 18. And now they are 64 and 75, or 65 and 76, I'm not sure. Still together, same house, and been through life together. This, for me, is something that I see, and whenever life plays with us, mistakes, pain, joy, whatever that life take us, when I'm like, it's not even that I don't even think about choosing the easy path with my wife, with life in general, because my example is this. So whenever shit happens. But when it happens, my structure as a person doesn't say, oh my God, shit is happening, let's run away. I'm like, yeah, let's face it together. Because that's the way I am built. And when I arrive in the music industry, I arrive with those values. And I arrive in a place with a lot of broken people. A lot of people that were doing music to survive, doing music to be famous, doing music to exist, doing music to have sex, doing music to buy drugs, doing music for all type of reason, to make money, doing music to feel better than the others. And when I arrived with my values, I was like, I'm doing music to express myself, and I'm doing music to build something. And hopefully with the money I make from music, I will build something else. And along the way, I will reach my goal. And if in 5 to 10 years I reach my goals, by then I will have new goals, and I will use the money that I made on that goal to create other goals, and to invest in the next goals, and so on and so on and so on. But I'm like this because my mother is like this. I'm like this because my father is like this. They are builders. They run people. They run countries. They run businesses. They buy land and they make fruits grow and feed people. They buy buildings and they put commercial venues in there. So when you have parents like that, and you have that example of very stable and that type of person, and you have people that are larger than life as parents, when you arrive in celebrity, in business, in all these things, you are not the same as a lot of people that don't have those values. And I remember the first time I encountered hate, I was like, hey, but what did I do? I don't like you. What did I do? I don't like you. Why you wear glasses at night? Why you care? And when I encountered treason, I was broken. I was like, how can I take somebody out of nothing and they just have talent, and I guide them to I put the water and I put the everything in the ground for the flower to blossom. And once the flower is blossoming, they act like if you didn't do nothing, and they run away, and they go with the first person who promised something. The first time it happened to me, I was in despair. I was so disappointed that I was ready to just stop producing, helping other people, making music. And it's just that we don't have the same values. In my values, when somebody do something for me, even if that person is a jerk or whatever, I will always be grateful, because that's the way I was raised. Those are the values that are in my tribe. Those are the values that are in my family. Those are the values that it's like my programming. That's the way I am. But then when you meet people who don't have those values, you kind of believe that, they will be like you, and they will have gratitude forever. They don't. They might even go, listen, I read an interview from an artist, and she was saying, Kaysha was just an assistant in the project. I was like, yo, listen, I cried. I was like, what? Ah. But the beautiful thing is time will put everything right. Time goes by, then people need a new album, and then you don't want to work. Since you're an assistant, let me see what you can do alone. And that's when they fuck themselves. But all this is a question of values. Some people have completely different sets of values. Some people, all they want to do is be number one, and they don't care if they have to put people in the dirt, destroy others' lives and careers, as long as they can be number one, or they can, even if there's no money up there in number one. And you tell them, listen, let's be number 5 here, but we'll be millionaires. Nah, they want to be number one there when there's no money. And me, it makes no sense to me. Like, that's not how I was raised. That's not my mom raised me. My mom, listen, I told that story before. My sister and I, we were doing a party in my mom's discotheque. She had a club called Esika in Kinshasa inside of my father's my father has a shopping center called Rond-Point Forestcom out there in Kinshasa. He owns, I think, 50% of the building. And my mom created her second club out there. It was called Esika. My sister and I, we were rappers at that time. We were, I think, 17 and 15. We were on holidays. That was just before the second riots in Congo. We do our party, and great party. We did a show. There was a DJ. Blah 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 blah. My brother was the bartender. Party was amazing, and we made a lot of money. We made $10,000 from all the kids who came to the party. So we look outside. We're like, entrepreneurs. Look at that. We made 10,000. What you gonna do with your 5,000? I don't know, bro. What you gonna do with your 5,000? I don't know. We happy. We rich. And then my mom comes, and she's like, okay, so congrats, kid. The party was great. So let's talk money. So we like, hey, I'm ready to get my 5,000. My sister's getting to get her 5,000. And my mom is like, okay, so she takes her notes and she's like, okay, barman, $100, security, X 100, DJ, X 100, this, the champagne from that brand, this and that, X amount. Okay, so as the club, you made that's 2,000 that goes to the club for expenses for your party. Okay, that's minus 2,000, so it's 8,000 left. So me and my sister was like, okay, well, listen, 4,000 each. Yeah, we forgot about the cost. Okay, cool, 4,000 each. And my mother is like, okay, since it's my club and you didn't pay for the venue, I'm gonna take 50% of the revenue. So 4,000 for me, 2,000 for you, 2,000 for you. Congrats, kids. Let's do business again anytime. Mais maman, but I thought I was making 5,000. And she's like, no, you see, you have costs, you have revenue, you have this, you have. I said, yeah, but mom, like, why are you taking 50% of our money? And my mom is like, because it's my club. And me, I'm like, yeah, but we are your children. And she said, my son, there's no family in business. This is a business. It's my business. I could have done a party that day and I didn't need you. You did your party. I take 50% of the revenue. So take your 2,000 and go have fun. Because don't forget, you live in my house too. I'm not even asking you to pay for a rent or whatever, or pay for the lights, or just take your 2,000 and be happy. And we're like, yeah. Well, listen, I was 15, $2,000. That was a lot of money. But listen, I didn't need nothing. I was a spoiled kid. We had everything we wanted. We lived in a big house. But still, in our head, we thought, yeah, we're gonna make 5,000 each. But no, we made 2,000 each because that's how business goes. But this is a very foundational moment in my life that my mom, at that time, my mom explains to me that business is not free. A lot of people say, yeah, why all the producers make all the money? The artists, they poor. Who invests the money? Who invests the money? Oh, Spotify only pays the artist X. Are you ready to pay $50 per month to Spotify or Apple Music so that they multiply what they give to the artist by 5? No, you're not, because you used to only pay 10 now. I used to pay 20 per album. Now we pay 10 to listen to everything. So things are changing, and the artists get paid pennies because they didn't invest their money. I know I invest my money in my project, and I invest my money in other people's project. So when you invest your money, you make 100% of the money. If you use somebody's club, you make 50%. But if you just come and do a party and you don't invest nothing, maybe you will make only 10%, like a singer. If I pay the studio, I pay for everything, yeah, I'll give you 5 to 10% of the revenue. After I make money, after I pay for the video, after I pay for everything, after I get all my money back, I start paying you. And that's in your contract. And a lot of people, they want to live a life like if contracts didn't exist. Who's sending me money again? Oh, thank you, Charlene. Hey, I just received. Oh, is it buy me a coffee? Thank you. If it's this, wait, let me see. I received a PayPal while I was talking, but this doesn't appear here because it's not a super chat. But yes, from Montreal. Oh yes, thank you so much, Charlene. I just saw the notification on my phone. Yeah, you know, a lot of people, they don't realize that. They don't realize that if you really want to do something that will last in the future a long time, you have to invest. You have to invest your time, you have to invest your money, you have to invest your blood and sweat and tears, and but you have to invest your values. You have to go in there with your values, because the values will make the difference between passing by and staying for a long time. And a lot of people, sadly, they don't have values. They didn't take the time to, or they didn't have the chance to have a strong foundation built by their parents. And because a lot of people don't realize that this is the foundation of their problems, they don't take the time to as an adult, try to build themselves. Because everybody can reset their set of values. It's harder when you're old, but you can sit down and ask yourself, why am I like this? Why this? Why do I make the wrong choices all the time? Okay, maybe I don't have the right set of values. Let me go learn. Let me read. Let me get mentored. And let me ask myself, yeah, what would my mentor do? And start working this way and start changing the habits to arrive in the businesses with those sets of values. Me, in everything I do, I put patience, because it takes time to build something. This show is 1 year old. This is nothing. It's just 1 year. I'm not interested in, and listen, in 1 year, I don't know how much money it made, but now with the thank you for your donations, with your sponsorship and your donations, plus the views from everywhere, plus the people looking, you kind of, I'm starting to generate income with this, but this is nothing compared to the things that I've been doing for 30 years. So to me, I'm not coming to this and saying, yeah, this has to work right now. No, I'm like, all good. We're doing it. It's great. And it serves the purpose of so many things. I can present my music. I can show my Shada wear apparel. I can talk about my philosophies. I can present myself as who I am, that music can never do. Music can only show how you sing, can show your talent, can show the stories you want to tell, but it's not you and your ideas and your opinions and the conversation and showing how your opinions are changing and etc etc. And it's the conversation is not the same as listening to a song. And a lot of people, and it's something that I love about Club Shada, a lot of people give me the compliment after watching episodes of, wow, I was a fan of the music, but now I'm a fan of the man. I'm a fan of the diamond here. And this, to me, is one of the purpose of this show. But all this comes from values. A lot of people, they don't put the time in whatever they create. They want to become a YouTuber, they want to become a singer, they want to become XYZ, and they don't take the time. I put time in everything I do. Effort. I put effort in everything I do. I've seen my parents build everything, lose everything, exile to another country, and then come back after 10 years and rebuild everything. This is a story of resilience that once you've seen that, you're like, hey, listen, if they can do it, I can do it. A lot of people, when they lose everything, they're like, oh, fuck it. And that's it. When you see your parents have to sell all their belongings for you to survive, and then one day they're back in action, you're like, all right, things can happen, shit can happen. It's just a question of time. As long as you can have a roof over your head and put food, anything, even if you have to eat pasta every day for 6 months, as long as you have a will and you can work, you can make things happen again. So that's one of the values that I put in everything I do. Patience and hard work. And then, of course, you have to be smart. You have to be smart in the choices you make. And when you are smart, you are not a follower. You are a trendsetter. When you are a trendsetter, your gains might not be as obvious as the person who follows, because the person who follows, it's easy. He does what you did and he just makes the money. But the follower doesn't have ideas. The trendsetter has ideas. The trendsetter has ideas for days. Wakes up with new ideas all the time. So many ideas that you have to call your friends to give them ideas, because you're gonna too many ideas. Like, let me give, take. Listen, the people who talk to me on the phone know I spend my time giving them ideas all the time, because I don't have the time to do everything. So I give them to my people. When you set trends, you win on a long run. When you just follow trends, when trends change, you left with nothing to do with whatever you were doing, or you have to run and scramble to follow somebody else. It's very important to know who you want to be in the space. You can decide that, hey, you can see that, listen, I have no ideas. Find a trendsetter to give you ideas, or follow whoever trendsetter, but then you have to follow all the time. And so you have to be acute to what they do and always be on the lookout for the new trend that they set, so that you can do your own thing. Listen, Everybody can find a place where they want to be in this world, but without the right foundations, you're screwed. In my opinion, of course. Look at them. Je vais prendre l'accent québécois bientôt. Combien de pistes tu veux, Calice? When you lose confidence, self-esteem, and value, you become fake or sad. But yeah, that's true. You can also become fake. Having a strong foundation makes a huge difference in one's life. Completely. And listen, I'm thankful for not only my parents, but also my mentors, but also from all the lessons that got in my way. Like everything was there for a reason. Take your glasses off. We want to see your eyes. You should have been there in the beginning. I was testing all my glasses. And listen, Trisha, I'm not showing you my eyes because I'm trying to protect you. Because people who see my eyes, they fall in love automatically. And I don't want to ruin your life. You're far away. You don't want to be in love with somebody who's in the other side of the world and married. That's not a good idea. So let me protect you. Don't look. Don't look. The people who betray people who are good to them are those who don't know to recognize what's good for them. And they don't value long-term relationships. They hurt themselves thinking they're smart. You know, I told a girl once that I really pushed her career and she had these huge hits. And I saw her changing. I saw her and I was like, listen, when you walk the steps up, you have to respect everybody you meet on every step. Because the day you fall, one of these people might be the person who catches you and helps you on whatever. Let's say you are step 54, you fall. Maybe that person at 51 is going to stop you from falling. And you can hold your breath at 51 and go back up. When you don't respect people on your way up, when you fall, the people are like, "Oop, a rock is falling." And you go back down to zero. And you might not have the courage to go back up. And if you are trying to take the same steps, the people you will meet on step 1 who helped you the first time will not help you the second time. They will be like, can't do nothing for you. So maybe you walk up there fast the first time. The second time it might take you 4 times, 5 times the effort, just because nobody's gonna help you go back up. And I told her that, and the next day, betrayal. So I felt it, but I didn't think that it was possible for people that you are so close with to just explode when they become famous. I didn't know yet. Yeah. My mom doesn't play at all. For real. Ta mère t'a enseigné les affaires très tôt à la dure. Vraiment. Abusé. My mother is such a businesswoman. You have no idea what she's doing right now in Congo. Other than the plantations, now she's buying a whole commercial center, and she's dealing with like the old army people who still there that they have to leave. Except like when she tells me her story, I'm like, wow. She just built 6 houses now in our property to rent them. So some of them she just put the children of her cousin when they need. She rent to them, of course. and she has people renting, paying their rent. And I remember when my parents decided to move back to Congo, and when my mom said, hey, listen, I'm not going back to the old house because they destroyed it, but we have another terrain up there, and I'm gonna build my palace. And she built from scratch. And those are amazing things to see. And it shows you, like, yeah, if you have the will and you have the ideas and you are ready to work and you are ready to give it time, you can arrive anywhere. Anywhere. Purée. Je te jure. Je te jure. Je viens de payer les miens, donc écoute, je viens de me faire une bonne somme à 5 chiffres, on va dire. Donc, je sais de quoi il s'agit. Oh, Charlène, c'est toi qui a... Attends. C'est toi qui a fait la donation, laisse-moi regarder. Where's my... It was... Ah, did you use buy me a coffee? Let me check. Buy me a coffee. Log in. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Charlène. Thank you so much, Charlène, for your donation. I didn't see it because if it's easier while I'm live to do it in the super chat, but this time I cashed it. And thank you for the last time as well, because last time you did a donation of 15 euros and this time is 5. Thank you so much for your donation. Yay! You know what I love about when on shows like this, it's when the subject goes seamlessly with the conversation we have. It's great. Sorry for my allergies. It's still an ongoing situation. I should not have touched my nose now. I want to talk before I go. Oh, it's been an hour and a half already. Ta mère était pire que les impôts canadiens. I mean, yes and no. Because c'était pas vraiment les impôts. It was just business. You do a show in my club, of course I'm going to take 50%. You see what I mean? It's the same thing as if, let's say, I tell somebody, hey, listen, you can use Club Shada. You can use Club Shada to make your name and to be in my channel and to be yeah, listen, I'm more or less in every show there's 400 to 500 people watching on a normal day. So you can do that to build your brand. And let's say that person does a show, and so I give them the links. I give them a special code to stream on Tuesday, for example. So you have Club Shada with Kaysha on Wednesday, Club Shada with Kaysha on Sunday, and maybe that person can stream on Tuesdays and Fridays, for example. So, and everything is in my channel, and then the person comes and tells me, hey, listen, I made 300 in super chat donations plus X amount of views. Like, yay, can you give me my 500? I'll be like, no, here's your 250, because it's my channel. It's my channel. You're not starting in your channel that nobody knows yet. You're starting in a channel that already has a show, branding, logos, all that stuff. You are and you are coming to present a show that exists already. So of course we're gonna do revenue share. It it it's just that. And with my sister, we thought that, yeah, we had a club for free. But that was a great lesson, because the first time I started doing business as a record label, I could arrive with all the terms and the understanding of what I was doing. And actually, my mom put me in economics at La Sorbonne in Paris. She decided when I was 17, I had my exam so early that she decided, yeah, you're gonna do economics. So she prepared me for who I am today. So I'm super thankful to my mom. Merci, maman. I'm super thankful because there's a lot of things that I do. There's a lot of things that I don't really think, but I do them automatically because of all the lessons that I have. When you learned simple stuff like the theory of the monetary mass, or the simple theory of offer and demand, these things, when you learn economics, it might be boring when you're 17, but when you run your business, or when you are having a label and you have to have business conversation with Sony, Universal, all these people, you understand what they say, and you realize there's a lot of things you didn't think you would need, but then when you are in the conversation, it just comes back, and then you're understanding. When people say, yeah, we will take X%, or we want to negotiate with you the percentage, you can come to the negotiation table as a business person, not as a person who's like, oh my God, I just want to sign. Listen, today I received 2 emails again of people who are trying to make me perform. I think one is in England, the other one was in Luxembourg. And I told them, this is what I want, this is how I work, this is how much it costs. I want 50% to put this in my agenda. If not, I'm not interested. No flyer, nothing if I don't have 50%. Those are things you are able to do when your foundation is business as well. Or when you learn that your art is a business, rather than just say to yourself, oh my God, like, I want to sing so much. No, I love singing. I love performing. I would love to be on stage in Europe. It's been probably 2 years and a half that I haven't performed in Europe. The last show was in Africa last year. And then, the pandemic, etc. But I'm not going to go if I'm not paid the price that I want. Because I want to make less shows with more money. Because my mind is now, like I was saying earlier, my mind is set to the next endeavors. NFTs, content creation for YouTube, and more. I have more stuff that I want to do, and those stuff will be unlocked by what I'm doing right now. And a lot of people don't have this mentality. They just want to create, and they don't want to care about all that. And it isn't. Back in the days, you could live a whole life as an artist not caring, because you could sign in a big company and they would take care of all the business thinking. They will take 90% of your revenue. But hey, listen, people had no choice. There was no internet, so they had to buy CDs. And if you sold enough CDs, maybe you would generate 10 million for them. They will give you $1 million every year, or $1 million every album. You good. Nowadays, everybody has to understand the business. So if you had the chance, like me, to have a mom that made you understand the business early, you're kind of fine today. And so I told you last week that I wanted to talk about the business of creating your own YouTube channel. And to me, the real question here is, before you want to start a project, whatever project it is, singing, creating your content, etc., you have to understand why you are doing it and what are your goals. Why are you creating a YouTube channel for? Because for everything that is content, you have to understand what you are making up against. When you want to create, and of course, if you have questions about YouTube, feel free to ask in the chat. When you want to create a YouTube channel, I created this channel. When did I create this YouTube channel? Let me see. I created this channel. Let me go to the analytics and see this YouTube channel. Let's say lifetime. So this YouTube channel was created, I don't even know, 2000 and April 2000 and no, I think it was created before, but the analytics go only until there. But so this channel was created in, I think, 2006 when YouTube started. But I got analytics. What the hell? So I got information about this channel since April 2007. And I made 181 million views in 13 years. 14 years. And so that's a lot of views. But as you can see, when I started my YouTube channel, there was nobody. The space has nothing to do with today. The space of today is crowded as fuck. I'm trying to not curse in Club Shada, but hey. Back in... C'est tellement vrai. Back in the days when we started YouTube, there was nobody. There was like very few channels. So not only the money from advertising was not divided by millions of people, it's the same thing for music, it's the same thing for streaming, it's the same thing for everything content today. When I started creating content for the internet, it was in 96. So at that time, the web didn't explode. So it was something really for the people who knew. Then it was the websites. Then it was social media. And back then, you could not even put videos on a website like YouTube. YouTube didn't even exist. So you have to understand the difference between, and I've seen the difference between YouTube of yesterday and YouTube of today. Now everything is run by algorithms, which can be a bad news, it can be a good news, depending on if you know how to dance with the algorithm. CF, my video, dance with the algorithms. And if you create your YouTube channel today, you have to first understand that there's 400 minutes of video uploaded every second, I think. I'm not sure if it's every second or every minute, but when you put your video, it's insignificant. Like I said last week, what counts is the stream of content, the catalog that you are creating. 141 episodes of Club Shada means that everybody that discovers me today can go back and watch all the episodes, can watch 800 and something vlogs, can watch shows, can watch the story of my whole YouTube channel. You can go there and lose yourself and watch content forever. So you have to understand, it's like when you sign a deal with Netflix as a movie maker or as an actor, they don't sign you for one movie, because they know that we are in a world where you do something and then it passes quick, because people are this content all the time. People, they sign you for 6 movies. They will tell you, hey, listen, we'll give you 10 million to make us 10 movies. Small, nice movies. We'll give you the teams. This is the specification. We need 10 movies. We need one every 6 months. Let's go. Or documentaries or whatever. And as an actor, it's the same thing. We're gonna sign you for a series for 3 seasons, or we're gonna sign you and pay you, but you have to be in our blockbusters, because every month we release movies that are like movies for the cinema, but to watch at home. That's how Netflix has become. They spent, I think, 12 billion every year. I'm not sure about the numbers, but I think last time I read was something like that, 12 billion or 6 billion. I don't remember, but let's say 10 billion every year to create content for I think they have 200 million people paying 12 or 14 every month. So, and this is when you want to start creating a YouTube channel, good practice. When you want to start creating a YouTube channel, you have to really be prepared to work hard and not give up, and maybe put out content for nobody for a long time. Because in a world where everything is algorithmic, the algorithm will serve your video to the people that they know like your content. But if nobody is watching your content yet, the algorithm will not know who to serve your content to. So you have to first use the rest of your social media to push your content to new viewers, and then the algorithm will be like, okay, this person is watching, so those people are, and then, but it takes a lot of time. So you need to have a certainty that you are ready to give it time. That is super, super, super important. A lot of people, they put one video out and then they're done, because no views, no this, no that. You have to understand that it takes a lot of time. It also takes time for YouTube to accept you into monetization. I think to go in the monetization program, you need, let me see, to accept you, they will want, let me see, eligibility. Let me see. Okay. Minimum eligibility to join. You need to be in a country, of course, where monetization is available. Of course, you must not have any guideline strikes, so not use content from other people, music from other people, etc. You must have a minimum of 4,000 watch hours. So what is a watch hour? Is somebody watch your video for 5 minutes? They count that. So 4,000 hours is a lot of minutes. You need to have 1,000 subscribers and then an AdSense account. So all this takes time, which is, listen, it's fine. To me, the way I make money with anything, music, content, video content, audio content, NFTs, art, painting is always the same thing. I create, and I don't think about the money in the beginning. I keep creating, I attract clientele, and then at a point, I create synergies with my other content, and then at a point, I look up and money is being made. I'm never obsessed with the generating of money in the beginning. It's a waste of time. You cannot make money just like that. You have to work hard. Most creators who are making money, a lot of money in the space, they start working 10, 15 years ago. So you have to be able to say to yourself, hey, listen, I have all these years in front of me and I'm going to make it happen. Very important. So you have to focus on creating great content, and not great content once, but great content all the time. Listen, it's 2:22 a.m. Here in Lisbon. 3 hours ago at 11 and something, I was getting out the barber and I was asking myself, what am I gonna talk? Like, I knew I wanted to talk about values, but that's all I knew. I don't take notes when I come here. I don't really have ideas. I'm just, okay, listen, let's go live. Let's see who's there and let's talk with them. And if people have questions, I answer. If people have conversation, something to say, we talk about it. And look, it's been almost 2 hours, and here I am, just conversing, talking. I don't have points. I didn't write. I mean, I know exactly what I do on YouTube and how I do it, but it's not like I prepared something. But that's the thing. Even without never preparing nothing, we did a whole 140 episodes of this show, with sometimes making music, sometimes having conversation, sometimes calling other people, sometimes you come and you talk. Actually, I really want to, maybe next episode, I would love to have an episode with you guys. Just open the line and having you come and have conversation. Next week, maybe. Yeah, next week would be cool. It's a long time I didn't do a Shada Gang episode. And I believe that creating a channel, it became so easy. But then what's important is the content. You want to create a content. That's why the first thing I said was, you have to know what you want to put in the content. A channel that you guys should go see is Joel Amen TV, because he has a lot of content about content creation, a lot of advices. Go check his channel out. And when you want to create a channel, first you have to know what you're going to put inside, and then you have to work hard into what you're going to put. But then you have to also ask yourself what kind of content you're going to put. And when I say what kind of content, I mean, are you doing pre-recorded videos, or are you doing live stream? You have to understand one thing about the trends of the internet. Right now, there's two types of content that are the content that work, that are generating tons of views, and that the platform are favoriting. They are favoriting. Whatever, they're preferring. they're gonna give more light to that content, and that type of content is short, less than 60-second vertical video a la TikTok. Here in YouTube, it's called Shorts. On Instagram, it's called Shorts. I don't even know how they call it in Instagram now. YouTube, they call it Short, and Instagram, they call it Reels, and in TikTok, it's TikToks. If you do this type of content, YouTube will show you like crazy. And not just taking content from TikTok and repurposing it in YouTube. Really create new content, short content, and YouTube will put you in front, because right now they really want to be the next TikTok. That's one type of content that is really going well right now on YouTube. The second one is live stream, just like what we're doing right now. Live stream content is, YouTube is really seeing the competition from Twitch, and they will put a lot of energy and money into live streaming, especially in a world where people want to be remote, people want to work remote, people want to stay at home because of pandemic, etc., etc. So live streaming is really the new gold now. And because Twitch has been making so much success for live streamers, YouTube will push live streaming, and I'm sure they will start changing their platform to feature more live streaming than it is right now. And a lot of people say, yeah, but if you do live streaming, wouldn't it be better to be on Twitch or Facebook? And I say no. Why? Because first of all, Facebook, they don't like to share money. Bye. Twitch, they have a big problem. Twitch is amazing. It's great to do live stream because it's a live stream first platform, and all the people who are there are people who come to see the live streams. But YouTube has a big advantage in that YouTube is a video on demand first, meaning that when you do a live stream on Twitch, if you have people who know you, who know your channel, great, they look at your stuff. But then when you come to Twitch, it's impossible to see past content. Unless you go to the channel of the person, it's hard to navigate in past content. Whereas on YouTube, so I'll give you an example. For example, if I go on YouTube and I go to my own channel, so there you go. You see, when you are on my channel, it's easy to either watch what we are doing right now, but you can also see all the episodes of before. You have every episode in this playlist, and you can see clips of that I edit of, and you can see everything from all the clips from Club Shada episodes from the past. You can also see all my vlogs. Actually, it's been a month since I didn't put a vlog. I have to put my Turkish vlogs. It's been forever. You can see my vlogs. You can see my shorts. So usually when people send me videos dancing to my music, I put them in my shorts. You can see my music videos. You can see the new songs. You can see all my shows. So you have a lot of content that you can see when you arrive to my channel. The problem with Twitch is that most of the time when you arrive on Twitch, all you can see is who is live right now. So I think there's an advantage with YouTube because YouTube being a platform that is really more based on watching content. This is the best of both worlds. You can watch live videos from the creators that you love, but then the algorithm will always serve you things that they believe that you like, and indefinitely. So you can either watch the stuff that you're interested in, or you can also watch live stream. And I believe that as somebody who's creating content, if you create the content on YouTube, if you create the content on YouTube, you're gonna be able to have this content be discovered while you're live, like right now. But at the same time, once the live is over, people can rewatch this content easily because YouTube is a video on demand first platform. So I believe, yeah, that's the place to be. And then after that, it depends. To finish, it also depends what is your business as a content creator. What is the business that you are interested in giving to the people? And you have to ask yourself this question. And depending on what your business is, you have to find all the types of content that would be interesting for a YouTube channel. So to give you an example again, if I go to Joel Amen's channel, for example, if I go to his channel, you see, he has tutorials, les tendances digitales. So it's this channel, it's in French, but you all speak French here. Also, didn't you have some shows in English as well, Joel? But you see, he decided that his channel would be about the production, because that's what he does. The production part of how to make YouTube videos. His last video is which one is what equipment, option d'équipement pour votre vidéo pour votre budget. With his brother Dimitri, they decided to do this live stream of an hour and 37 minutes about what kind of equipment. So very valuable information. I'm gonna put the link here so you guys can check it out. And what is interesting is if you take, for example, Dalia, her channel is more about societal. It's a talk show about societal stuff, and it's centered more in the Congolese community, but it goes beyond. So the Dahlia show, we just started again this week, is a show about, conversation and different subjects. And so that's what she decided to do. So it's a live show, and it's once a week. And I believe that on YouTube, something that the YouTube people tell me all the time is that the best way to do YouTube is actually to have a something that is every week or every month or every X or every day at times that are fixed. For example, Club Shada every Wednesday. Wednesday night, midnight and a half for me, 7:30 p.m. in Canada, whatever, and Sundays. And it's a fixed horaire. It's always at the same time, and this make that the people who like to see the Club Shada, they know Oh, it's Wednesday, there's Club Shada. It's Sunday, there's Club Shada. And then that's how you create a public that comes all the time and they return to your channel. And as a creator, depending on whatever you do, you have to find what you're going to do that will attract people and make them want to come back. It can be playing video games. This is huge. It can be, listen, if you are in the adult entertainment, for example, like Julie, if you are in the adult entertainment, you're not gonna be able to put adult content on YouTube, but you can do a show or a vlog about the conversation about the space, the good, the bad. Those are conversations that people might be interested in, the fans. You have to find a content that suits this platform, but that can be interesting to the people who would love to know the other side of a content creator in that space. So there's so much stuff that you could do as an adult creator, content creator. You could talk about, you can do behind the scenes. So that's vlogs. You can do vlogs about your life. You can also play video games. You can have conversations with other actors, other people in the space, directors. Like, there's so much stuff you can do to do synergy between the content that you would put maybe on OnlyFans. Now, you don't like OnlyFans, I don't, but bear with me. The content you would put on OnlyFans and the content you would put on YouTube and the other things that you do, like music and etc. So you have to really find and ask yourself how you can use each platform to your advantage and how you can create that synergy between the platforms. If you are into cooking, same thing. You can do the cooking you can do vlogs about going to find the ingredients, conversations about the different ways of cooking, the different techniques of cooking, traveling to check the cuisine of other countries, etc. And then you might have a live show where you are cooking and you are cooking real time, and while you are cooking, you're talking and people are asking questions, you're answering, and then once the cooking is done, boom, you show the thing, and maybe you can put music in the back, etc. Listen, so many things you can do. And the last advice before I go and check the rest of the questions in the chat, and if you're still here and you enjoy what I'm saying, before I go, I want to see the rainbows in the chat. The last advice I'm going to give you before I go is never say one thing to yourself. Never, ever say this for you. There's too much people. The space is crowded. Nobody will watch my video because there's already 1,000 channels that are doing the same thing as me. Never say this, because this is you not trusting yourself. This is you not understanding how much you have to give. You have to trust who you are. Listen, I sing, I make beats, I rap, I create content on YouTube, and while I'm live right now, you could see 1 million people being live right now, all around the world in every language, but you are here with me. You could go watch whatever, but you are here. What does it mean? It means that you guys are my community. We are a community, and we created that community all together. And we meet on these days around the content that I create, and we form a community. And yeah, every episode we are 400. Today we were 300 and some, less than the other time. But that's beautiful. It goes up, it goes down. Sometimes it's 1,000, sometimes it's 8,000, depending on the guest. But as I said, it's not about the numbers of today. It's about the numbers on the long run. It's about all the content you're gonna create. But I don't say to myself, "Oh, listen, I will never have 100 times these number of people, blah, 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 blah." No, I trust myself. I know that what I'm saying is interesting. I know that maybe somebody will find this video in 10 years and be like, "Yo, this guy was smart." You know, and maybe if I'm still doing this show, hopefully we'll be at episode 2000 or whatever. You know, that's the beauty of it. And you have to trust that what you say is always a unique take on whatever subject at hand, because listen, we are all unique. We are all unique with a unique perspective and a unique point of view on any subject. So the way I talk about movies, the way I talk about my problem with the abuse of inclusion, the way all this, somebody might have the complete opposite conversation and say that it's not enough of it, etc., and might create a community around that. And that's amazing. And maybe one day I meet that person and we decide to do a show together, and both our communities, even if we don't agree, we have a great show and we entertain as long as we respect ourselves, etc., and boom, we have both point of view on the same thing. And as much as there's creators, as much as there's point of view. And never ask yourself if whatever point you have on the conversation is valid or not. It is valid. But you have to trust yourself. I saw a comment, I'm coming to it, from Julie. "I'm taking my time." No, don't take your time. Start creating now. But that's super important. A lot of people, they don't trust themselves. So they're scared. "Oh yeah, but what if people don't like my new song?" Well, maybe they like the second one. What if they don't like the second one? Well, maybe they like the third one. What if after 20 songs they still don't like maybe 21? Just go. And maybe at a point you realize it's not for you. Maybe you're a good writer but a bad singer. Or maybe you're a bad writer but a good singer. So ask somebody to write a song for you. As you go, you move. As you go, you transform. As you go, you add some granularity in the way you do things. Remember Club Shada episode 1. Like, for those who never saw, after this video, just click on the channel, go check episode 1. This was the camera. That was the camera. There was no microphone. It was just phone camera and talking, and no logos, etc. I've been moving as I do. A lot of people, they're so scared to do the first step that they keep waiting before they do the first step. And that's how you end up never doing the first step, because you're scared. It's better to just jump in the water and learn to swim as you swim, or drown. Hey, that's why I'm taking so much time to create my YouTube channel. I want something with a goal and quality content. Don't take so much time. Like I was saying, I believe that it's important to start. People are not looking for the perfection of a camera like this one and the quality of this image. People were coming to Club Shada when I was filming with this, and I didn't know what I was doing. And we just started the first episode. And then we moved as we moved. And we learned as the episode were going, and we created the community. Some people were there, some people are not there anymore, and we have new people. So I really believe that you have to start, and from the first episode, us as a community, we will support you. You have not to be scared of doing it, because you have the whole Club Shada community. The Shada gang is there for you. So we're gonna come and we're gonna watch your videos, and we're gonna see whatever you want to talk about. Maybe you want to sing, maybe you want to talk about your industry, maybe whatever you want to do. We'll show up. That's the difference. So once you know that you already have a community ready to support you, all you need to do is to start creating your content. And then you can talk about, yeah, listen, your issues with the landlord, whatever is happening in your life. Like, you will always find people interested in what you have to say. And you know why? Because even if there's so much content being created, there's 2 to 3 billion people connected to the internet who are looking for something to watch. And some people might decide to watch you instead of somebody else. And listen, I'm a multi-award winning producer, writer, composer, singer, celebrated. Yeah. But on YouTube, in terms of live streaming and talking and doing a talk show, I was nobody before I did this show. And I just did it. Listen, like I say all the time, I could have just put some instrument and do some shows once a month or every week during the pandemic and sing my songs. That would be so easy and would bring so much people. And instead of doing it on YouTube, I would do it on Instagram. I would have 10,000 people every week. But I trust myself and I trust my process. So I just decided, you know what? I'm going on YouTube and I'm going to do this show, and I'm going to call it Club Shada. Why not Club Kaysha? Why not Kaysha's Place? Why not something where you use your name? I'm not going to make it so easy. Club Shada, I like the name. Let's go. And look, after the interview with Ali Angel last week or 2 weeks ago, I received some call from other people. Yeah, I have things to say too. Why are you not inviting me? Come anytime. We decide a date, you come, you say what you have to say. But that's the thing. That's how you create something. You have to start, and then you learn as you go. And the internet might seem like a horrible place that is unforgiving, but actually the internet is very forgiving. The more you do and you create your community, people will support you and will tell you, hey, listen, the sound can be better, these can be better, blah, 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 blah. And people might donate for your show, for you to buy a microphone, etc., or another camera, etc. That's the beauty of it. Once you have a community of people that are around you and ready to be with you, that's what you need to do. I used to do business with freezers and the oven when they went on a trip without. When my mom caught me, I became her employee, like a pastry. Your mom does win-win business. She's cool. Yeah, my mom is cool. That was the YouTube things. Yeah. I'm grateful for YouTube. When I was in college, it saved me more than once during my math classes. Yeah, indeed. Listen, my daughter, everything she watches on YouTube, she's learning so many things actually on YouTube Kids. We control the things that she watches, but she's so smart when she's watching her things. That's beautiful. Hi, Heather. Thank you. Merci. Gracias. Obrigado. What up, Ralphie? Long time, bro. Trust the process. Yes. Trust the process, Julie. Go ahead. Too shy. I'm tired after performing. Well, listen. When you're shy, you don't have to do a YouTube channel. You can write a blog as well. You can write. You can do so many things. Like there's so many ways that you can, Yeah, I was in the conversational space. That's what I mean. I just discovered 2 channels here and I subscribed. There you go. You see? Community is about the community. Always good advice and ideas on this show to create and future creators. Very interesting. I'm telling you. Now listen. That's all I had for you tonight. And I hope that you enjoyed the conversation. I hope that you loved it. I think Sunday, we're going to do a special Club Shada. I think Sunday, I'm going to be recording music. Yep. We just going to, Sunday, we will listen to, we'll do a listening session of the new single. And after that, we will be recording some new music because I haven't recorded for a long time. And I want to do some singing. So that's what we will do. It's going to be a studio session night. And I hope that you will all come and enjoy the creation process. If you enjoyed this show, give me some hearts. It's been some time that we didn't see some hearts. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. It's always a pleasure for me. This show is brought to you by shadaware.com, the gods of good fortune. You can find this Africa Future Culture on the website shadaware.com. The link is pinned in the chat. Thank you so much for our stream royalty, Miss Sirène des Îles, and all our sponsors. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for Sirène des Îles for today's donation, and for Charlène Rokaya as well for her Buy Me a Coffee. You can always click the link for a donation when you are watching after the show. I'm going to leave you tonight with a song by... let me see, what can I play? Oh, listen, I know what I'm going to play. I'm going to leave you with... let me see. I think I'm going to play something from my first album. Yeah. I'm going to leave you with something from my very first album. It's a song that I have recorded in 1997. And it's called Around the Global. And it's a song where I produce a song. I played a little bit of, I had a Brazilian girlfriend at the time, so I played a little bit of Brazilian rhythms mixed with some jazzy flows, and it was recorded in Guyana, French Guiana, in front of the beach. So it really has that Caribbean, South American beach vibe, and it's featuring Jean-Michel Rotin and Rokenza. The name of the song is Around the Global. This is Club Shada. Thank you for all our new subscribers to the channel, and I will see you when I see you. Peace.
Yeah. jouer. Moi, vie chanter, bah, hey, oh. I've been around, been around the world. I've been around for you all my life. Oh, been around, whoa, whoa. I've been around for you.
It's once again the organized band. Bino, use good shampoo pour m'échapper de bad life. Use au resté, sac à chauffer. Me and my crew, she use stain the bush. Put my feet in the sand, forget Flatbush. I mean, hey yo. Now let me take my breath in the West Indies. I'm already forget my vest, live the winter. For you fool, and yes, yo, you know, this is how we do. Peace out to all my peeps in Guyana. Best kisses go to all the girls coming from China. Sunrises, pour water on my body. I get the knapsack, put on the back, and I'm ready. Rap city, I leave my footprints in Times Square. I'm melty like media, and I feel the atmosphere. It's that cool chico that walk around the global girlfriends. Even the popo know that Rafael Lorenzo.
Been around the world. I've been around for you all my life. Oh, been around, whoa. I've been around for you.
Si y'a d'autres styles, aucun design palais. Démarrer chaîne, la laisser bœuf, la aller. Preview sans bail, qu'à tracer avec Shogun. Sans flanc, sans doukoun, qu'à chailler tout le monde. Caribbean style, we got the profile. Avec en musique qui sortit au canal. C'est bord de liberté, caminer, voyager. Avec les oiseaux voler, avec les poissons nager.
Non, faut pas partir. Non. Côté ça, m'y a dit. Yeah, si vous voulez partir. Yeah, on se l'a mon ami.
On se love pour toute l'humanité.